We did get some mishaps or whatever, but you know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. I think that the car turned out amazing. Like, look at the pearl, y'all. Like, this is like next level for me. Like I said, there's issues, you know, and at the paint shop, you're gonna have issues, you know, like there's painters that do this 100% perfect the first time, every time, which is solid. I'm not one of those people, I guess. You know what I mean? This is the third car that I've ever painted, and I think that it turned out amazing. What's good, Grind Schoolers? It's your boy Rob, and we back in the shop today. So today has finally arrived. We are finally going to go ahead and flow coat the car. I know it's been a long time coming, but I had a lot of stuff to do and knock out before I was able to get this done. Starting with, you know, sanding it all the way down, getting all the clear off. That took a little bit because, you know, I was trying to get everything off. I exposed some areas, so I had to go back and fix those. And then I exposed a few more areas too, so I got to fix those while I'm flow coating the car, so it won't be a big deal. I also had to lay the stripes, lay the decals, you know what I'm saying, sand those down. I had to respray the fender, put the fender on the car so that it's ready to go. And I just had a lot of work to do, man, before I was able to get everything done, but it's finally done. We got all the decals laid. We got everything taken care of. We just have to now wash the car. I got everything masked up, all the areas that need to be masked up. And yeah, so we're good to go, man. Oh, I also had to flake the firewall too. So it was a lot. It was a lot. I ain't gonna hold you, you know what I'm saying? But we finally arrived. The weather is starting to turn on me, but we are making it just in time. Today should be about 60 degrees, so it should warm up to be, you know, late 60s, early 70s in the garage, as long as the sun is out. So we should be good in the garage as far as temperature, perfect temperature to spray. And so, like I said, I'm trying to get this done today. I'm gonna flip the camera around. I'm gonna show y'all what I got going down because it's currently 6:30 in the morning, and I've been out here for a little bit just trying to get everything done. Get all the rest of the little pieces masked up that I need to mask up, so later on today I can just come out here and get everything done, get everything prepped, clean the gun, and go ahead and knock the car out. I'm also going to set off a bomb in here for the flies and stuff, so that all the flies, you know what I'm saying, are out of here, because the last couple of days there's been a ton of flies getting into the garage. And you know, like when I was cleaning out the bucket, I found like 5 of them in the bucket of water, all dead and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and set one of those off so it gets all the flies, so that none of that stuff gets into the paint or the clear. I'm also probably gonna keep the garages low. I'm probably gonna put the fan in the window to blow the blow that way, just so that I have so much less things going on in here, like debris and stuff like that, when I spray, because this is now the final coat. Like, yeah, we're gonna cut and buff and do all that kind of stuff, but that's not gonna come until later. And I want this to be laid. I want it to be sprayed. I'm gonna actually over reduce a little bit so that it lays nice and flat. I'm gonna keep my time a little bit lower so that I don't get no dry, patchy, clear, or nothing like that. And I'm blocking off everything. I'm blocking off, you know what I'm saying, time, everything. I'll probably set the camera up a couple times or whatever, but that's pretty much it. I want this to come out as perfect as possible. I don't want no distractions, none of that. So anyways, man, without further ado, let's jump into the video. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, let's get to it. All right, y'all, so we got the car all covered up, and it's covered up this way because when I set the fly bomb off or whatever, I don't want the that residue, because it's like a spray. I don't want that residue getting on the car, so that's why it's covered up like this for now. I gotta wait a couple of hours. Like I said, 6:30 in the morning, so I got plenty of time. I got the whole day ahead of me. So once it goes off, I'll wait a couple of hours, and then I'll open up the garages, the window, let it air out and stuff like that for, you know, a few hours. And then I'll come out here probably about 1-ish is my goal. 1, 2 maybe. and I'll start spraying everything that needs to be sprayed. Also, we got some blemish areas we got to fix along the way. We got to spray the pearl on the decals. That's why those are taped up like that. And so the car is going to remain covered up to get all of these areas done. And then once those areas are done, I'm gonna start unlayering the car. And this is taped up from the bottom. So pretty much all I gotta do is drop it, and then the bottom is taped up. So I taped up the pinch weld because I did not sand that down. And it's cleared and it's nice and everything is good. And that will cover up the frame and everything too. Also cover up my fresh exhaust that I just polished. Cover up the wheels, cover up everything. I got the, obviously motor and stuff covered up. I went ahead and soft edge taped around the SS&A. So that's ready to clear coat. I got plenty of room to walk around the car, move the engine stand over there, so we're good to go. Got the top of the car covered up. This whole front section is all covered up. This whole side of the car is pretty much covered up with the exception of like this fender, because I don't really have anything to do here. I will have to pull this up though to cover or to spray this. So, you know what I'm saying? Got a couple other blemishes I gotta knock out. And yeah, I also taped up the window sill because that was cleared. I didn't sand that down because obviously the window goes there. It's gonna get covered up anyway, but I didn't want to have or clear over it and then this start to peel and start to flake off into the adhesive that goes here. So yeah, man, I think that's pretty much it, man. We're pretty much ready to go. I gotta tape the wheel well. I didn't do it yet because I'm running out of tape and I didn't want to run out of tape just in case I need to tape something else up. One final pass around. I'd rather this not be all the way taped just yet until I get everything else covered up. Got the bumper covered with towels and stuff for now because, like I said, I don't want that residue everywhere. So yeah, let me go ahead and here, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, what I'm about to set off, and then we'll just keep on rocking, man. We're almost there. We're almost to the finish line with this, man. And then we could start trying to put this thing back together all the way. So it's been a journey, man. I'm proud of myself. The car looks really, really, really good. Like I said, I'm fixing all the blemishes and imperfections, so there shouldn't be none when I'm done. And we should just rock it like that, man. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. This is, I'm proud of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's been a long time coming. I've almost had the car for 2 years now. And, this is what it has come to. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're trying to get it, it's not on jack stands, it's on the rollers, but we're trying to get it theoretically off of jack stands, I should say. And out the garage rolling, having fun. I know it's about to be winter time, so it's not gonna be like nothing crazy. So it gives me plenty of time to, really lock in and get it done. But yeah, man, I mean, I think this thing turned out crazy amazing. You know what I'm saying? So, but whatever we got going down, we're gonna play it as it lies. And, we're finishing this thing up. But let me grab this fly bomb and then I'm gonna go ahead and set it off. All right, y'all, it's almost showtime. I am wiping the car down for any last little dust, debris. I sprayed it off with the blower, and now we just wiping it down for any last little, you know what I'm saying, like dust, debris that probably fell in the car, you know what I'm saying, from sanding or, you know what I'm saying, the wind or whatever, you know what I'm saying. So we are gonna get all that done, and then we'll tape a couple things down, and then we'll go ahead and start spraying because we losing daylight quick. I pretty much did everything that I needed to do. Put the pearl on the decals, and pretty much masked everything up. So we're gonna play it as it lies, or how it lies or whatever. And that's just what it's gonna be, man. I'm not doing anything else. We are officially done with this process. You know, I got a few blemishes, a few areas that are not desirable, I should say, but you know, it is what it is. So this is my first wipe down. I'm gonna wipe it down again, just to get any last little thing. I'm gonna clean my water and basically get all the dust, everything up off of this car, man, so that we don't have no issues. Like I said, I'm losing daylight, so I'm trying to finish up before it gets too like cold in here. It shouldn't just like get cold right away, but you know what I'm saying, you never know with this. So let me go ahead and finish wiping the car down, and then I'll set the gun up, and then we'll be ready to spray. All right, y'all, trying to get busy, baby. Let's go. Let's get this done. Right, y'all, that's a wrap. We still got to cut and buff, but ooh, y'all see that pearl, man? Come on, mess with your boy, you feel me? So I'm kind of pissed off because hold on. So I use the filter so that it kind of filters the air a little bit, so we don't have any condensation going through the gun. And unfortunately, on my last pass, it spit out, I don't know if you guys can tell, like right there and right, where is it? There's like three little dots of water that spit out of the gun. And so it made the driplets. It's not a big deal because we still got to cut and buff. So we'll just cut that out. It was the last coat of clear too. So that's actually a little bit better for me as well, because I ain't got to cut too far Also, I let those that bomb off, and I guess it don't work with gnats because I got a gnat in the clear here. That was on like my second pass, and then I got another one there. So we're gonna have to sand that down. Like I said, we're gonna cut all that out anyway. This didn't turn out too hot, but we're going to, or the mirror goes right there. So you might see it, you might not. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, everything else turned out pretty good, man. Like, look at the pearl, y'all. Look at the, man. Like I was telling you guys when, it's probably pretty much dry now because it's been about an hour maybe since I completed this. You can see the blemish that I had. It shows up real good on camera. Like standing here, you kind of can't see it, but that blemish that I had when the paint was kind of thick, and then you can see that right there. And I'm really just pointing out all the imperfections that I have, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just being 100% transparency. You know what I mean? I don't want to throw this on camera because I'm a real dude. You feel me? Like I'm not gonna show y'all like sugarcoat nothing. The car came out great. Don't get me wrong. There are imperfections in the car. But at the end of the day, I'm proud of myself, man. I did this in my garage, yo. And the thing looks amazing. Like when we pull it out on the street, you won't even be able to tell that these are anything wrong. Like obviously, if you're nitpicking the car, you can tell. Or if I pointed it out, you can tell. Or if you got a keen eye for this, you can tell. But you know what I'm saying? Like we did our thing with this. And I'm also, the only issue on this side though of the car is the door. And since I sanded through the door, I had to do what I had to do there, man. But I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna repaint the door. I didn't think that I was gonna have to, but you know, I just kept burning through right there. And I think it was because there wasn't a lot of clear on the door. Like I said, it was that dry clear, and I kind of ran out of clear when I cleared this last time, and so the door just kind of got the short end of the stick, I guess. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand it back down. I'll probably just run tape across the decals, so I ain't gotta do none of that again. And then I'll tape up the SS signs and all that, and then I'll sand the door down and I'll respray the door when I get the hood. So I'll do the hood and this door at the same time because that's not a good look. You'll definitely see that. That'll definitely stick out, and we can't run like that. So I also did get a run here, which you can kind of see. I got a run there. Don't really know how that happened, but it happened. But you know what I'm saying, we're gonna cut and buff, and that'll come right up out of there. And then we also got a run right there, so we'll cut and buff that out as well. So we did get some mishaps or whatever, but you know what I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I think that the car turned out amazing. Like look at the pearl, y'all. Like this is like next level for me. Like I said, there's issues, you know, and at the paint shop, you're gonna have issues, you know, like there's painters that do this 100% perfect the first time, every time, which is solid. I'm not one of those people, I guess, you know what I mean? This is the third car that I've ever painted, and I think that it turned out amazing. I took my time. I did all the steps that I could possibly do. We did have some issues. There are some blemishes and stuff, but if I feel like if I had better facilities, more lighting, more like filtering, like as far as, you know, there's not dust and stuff around, like, you know, this is a garage. We use this for other things besides just cars. And so I feel like I could do a lot better. If I wouldn't have ran out of clear, which is my fault, that's oversight on my bad. For the last time, I think I would have never burned through the door right there because I would have had plenty of clear to sand. And you know what I'm saying? But these are the things that, you know, you take mental note of as you continue your journey working on these cars. Just understand that, you know, last time I did this, so this time I got to do it this way. And, you know, I learned a lot on the Elko. I learned a lot on the Impala. I'm learning on this Monte Carlo. You know what I'm saying? There's just, you know, it's just all a learning experience, a learning curve, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we did our best, and it turned out really, really good. Like I said, there's areas of imperfection, but you know what I'm saying? What can I say? You know, it is what it is. But I think it turned out good, man. This was dry clear as well. We went ahead and wetted this up. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're at, y'all. So, you know, I let it air out pretty good. So I'm gonna call it a wrap for tonight. The darkness, I finished right before it got dark, literally right as it was getting dark, I finished it up. So I'm gonna let it dry overnight. I'm not gonna touch anything. That's another thing that I learned. I was overly eager on the Elko, and I think on the Impala too, like, you know, having stuff like broken apart and, you know, peeling the tape off before it's ready to be peeled off and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, just not a good look, you feel me? So I showed y'all all the blemishes, all the imperfections that I've had on this car, and you know, I'm proud of myself. Like I said, I'll redo this door, I'll sand it down, and we'll redo that part so that it doesn't look like that, because, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, that's not gonna fly. That ain't gonna fly. The other stuff or whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, man, I am elated. Also, I am going to, when I do the door, I am going to do this area here. I'm gonna sand this down because I think there might be some rust protruding through here. I don't know how, I don't know why, but we'll just mark this off, sand it all the way down to bare metal again, and we'll look at that, because I don't want to have no rust issues or nothing like that. But that will have to wait until the spring, because I'm not gonna get the hood until the spring. So I'm not even worried about that right now. When I do get the hood, it'll be good. I just wanted to make sure that the car was completed. Everything was completed. I could put everything back together. The door handles, locks, all that can go into the car. The tail lights, the wing, the trim, all of that. I'm gonna sand it back down, and I'm going to cut and buff it, and then I'll put everything back together. The car will be back together. I'll clean all of this up. We won't have any of this in the way, and then I'll pull the transmission out and do all of that. So yeah. Next thing I'm gonna try to get done is I'm gonna try to get the bumper done, the front bumper done, so that I can, you know, have that ready, done, have the stripes and everything laid. And then before it really gets cold and I can't do anything, I think I got it all the way up until about December. So we'll just work on it. I gotta spray the cowl, and then we can start trying to get the car the engine made it to the transmission, get that in and get this thing running under its own power. So that's my next goal, and we gonna make it, y'all. I think this thing turned out great. So let me know in the comment section what y'all think, man, because I've been working and busting my ass on this car for so long, and I think that it turned out pretty damn good, y'all. Grind Schoolers, that's gonna do it for this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, I've been working super hard on this car to get it done. I'm super proud of myself. When the car's out and about and you see the pearl flipping and flopping and hitting in the sunlight, man, it's gonna be a sight to see. You feel me? All the decals and stripes and all that is under the clear. I went ahead and, you know, flow coated the car. We got to still cut and buff, get all the last remaining orange peel out so that the paint looks like glass. I did really well, I feel like, on the body work. And you know what I'm saying, we just did a really good job on this car, man. So my next build will be even better than this one, you know what I'm saying? But this one is by far the best one in this garage. But now the Monte Carlo can join the Impala and join the Elko as far as, you know what I'm saying, looks, I guess you could say. The car always looked good to me, you know what I'm saying, but the paint had issues. The doors were cracking. The Bondo on the doors were cracking because they did a bad job at, you know, covering up the gappage on the door handle for the door poppers or the shaved doors. It had rust around the wheel well. It had rust in some other areas. We done fixed all that. Everything is solid now, man. And I think I'm thirsty. I think I'm gonna put the fender extensions on before I cut and buff. I'll just tape over it when I cut and buff and everything like that. But I really want to put the fender extensions on so we can see what it looks like with those on. And then I'm thirsty as well to try to get the wing on and everything else. So I'm not gonna take too much time to cut and buff. I'm gonna get right to it once the paint hardens up. Probably take me about a couple weeks, let it really harden and do what it gotta do, and then we'll start cutting it down, buffing it, and then we'll put everything back together, put the windows in, door locks, door handles, like I said, the wing, everything, the lights, button everything up, make sure everything's nice and tight, and then we can do the rest of the car. But yeah, man, the Monte Carlo can join the club now. So I'm tired. I've been working on this all day, just prepping, trying to get it done, and we finally made it, y'all. We finally made it, and now I can enjoy my weekend, because I was gonna wait till the weekend, but I was like, you know what, I got some time today, let me go ahead and knock it out, get it done, so it can be done once and for all, and we can keep it moving. I can enjoy my weekend. I ain't gotta fret, I ain't gotta worry about it, I ain't gotta try to, you know what I'm saying, get it done in the midst of trying to do other things. I just got it done. So anyways, y'all, like I said, this is the conclusion of this paint job. I appreciate everybody who has commented, everybody who's been rocking, watching the videos, watching this build process. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Always remember, work hard so you can live free.